Welcome to Katowice.
Welcome.
أهلا بكم.
Welcome to COP24.
Selamat datang.
Bienvenidos a la COP24.
Witamy Cię bardzo w Katowicach na COP24.
So the question is, why don't we work together? We have three synergies that have the same question. How do we save life on Earth? How do we protect? How do we restore? How do we sustainably manage?
Climate change is speeding up.
Deserts are spreading, farmland is degrading, and most people live in cities and are barely aware that this is going on.
We have to address climate change, we have to address biodiversity at the same time, but we have to also put this in a human lens.
We need transformational change. We can't just continue with business as usual.
We need the public sector, we need you to step forward and help do this.
The GEF can nudge simply by holding the purse strings and asking implementing agencies and requesting countries to show how they are showing synergies and provide templates and pathways for countries to do so.
I was very encouraged in the session that we were just in by the more systems approach that the GEF has adopted.
The very recent IPCC report on the 1.5 degree very clearly sent the message that we need a transformational change at every aspect of our economy and society.
Transformational change empowers countries to make better decisions and to be able to be more ambitious to meet the goals of the Paris Agreement.
We need to shift the economic system to one in which we decouple development from economic growth.
Transforming our economies more towards low carbon and climate resilient economies.
This allows countries not just to focus on the environmental aspects of climate change, air, land, water, but also the economic realities that are associated with a transition.
We have to make it more profitable to heal the earth than to harm it. I think that's what's needed. Solutions that are so global that we can actually make a difference within a few years.
Once you agree on that, then you can start to have transformational change to identify, like I say, the projects that we think are going to make a difference.
Climate-relevant technology and its transfer to developing countries is really, really important in winning the battle against climate change.
Clean technology in developing countries for SMEs specifically is a $1.6 trillion opportunity.
So technology needs assessment plays a very important role in terms of climate adaptation, in terms of mitigation.
I work on adaptation planning, which means that we look at the results of a lot of the climate change adaptation projects on the ground and try to also tie that up to government systems nationally. So working with the planning and finance ministries to make sure that some of the lessons learned can be scaled up and mainstreamed into the national response.
We need to be ready for the physical risks of climate change and accelerate our work on adaptation. And I think that is why the theme has become so much more important at this year's COP.
One of the things that we always do at COPs is to work with the negotiators, not to advocate for any particular policy, because that's their role, but to guide them through the technicalities that are involved within the GEF, to support developing countries with their needs to fulfill commitments to the convention. Our role is really to help developing countries. Our mandate exists because of developing countries, and they need to have the best of us, and we need to be at our best in order to support them to the extent that they need.